I've always loved singing. My name is Peyton Brown, and I'm from San Clemente, California, and I'm a singer-songwriter. I've sang my whole life, and I'm constantly singing around the house and at church. And even when I was little, I loved singing wherever I could.
On your skin, no one else can feel it for you.
As I went into middle school, which is a rough age as we all know, I began to be bullied by who I thought were my friends. I was bullied for what I believed in, for being confident about loving God and for loving music. And it turns out those were the two things that brought me the most happiness. And so as I realized that being in that environment hindered my creativity. I would try to write songs here and there, but nothing would stick. And I was so blessed when my family decided to move to San Clemente. It's sunny, it's bright, it's happy, and I soon realized that everyone here wants you to succeed. When I moved here, I was welcomed with open arms, and I made so many wonderful friends, lifelong friends, and a lot of them had the same passion for music as I did. And it was super fun because on the weekends we would get together and start jamming out, and they all knew how to play instruments and I would make up melodies. We'd play fun games together that involved music. And I just developed this deep passion for writing songs and creating melodies as I discovered that it was something super fun for me.
Can I be close to you? Ooh.
So as I soon realized, it was really hard for me to write music, and that continued to be the case for a while. I would try to write songs with my friends, but nothing would ever stick. I could get a verse down, and I realized I can't write past a verse. It was almost impossible for some reason, and I think it was because I was trying to write about love, which I was inexperienced in. I always knew I wanted to pursue music because it's something I loved so much, but I just never knew how that would be possible. I couldn't play instruments, I couldn't finish a song, clearly, and I've never been classically trained with my vocals, and I couldn't read sheet music. And so that just seemed like a far off dream, but I always knew that it's something that I wanted to do. So I went to college for about 1.5 years, and in my faith, every young man and young woman has an opportunity to decide to serve a mission. I was assigned to serve in the Hawaii Honolulu mission, and who could ever complain about that? I was stoked beyond belief and so excited to start my journey in Hawaii and to start sharing the love that I felt my whole life from Jesus Christ to everyone that I met in Hawaii. And as soon as I got to Hawaii, I met Mela Mapa Ebenisa, and she is amazing.
So I had the honor of training Sister Peyton Brown. Now, my very first interaction with her was at the airport when I arrived from Hilo to come to Kauai. I was mesmerized by her beauty and by how the spirit that she brought, like the impression that I got was just very happy. It was just, she was glowing. I remember when I first saw her, I knew she was going to do great things on Hawaii and that she was going to be an amazing missionary, because she just had that willingness and just this energy that just gave off I'm ready to be serving here. I'm ready to do whatever it takes to teach and preach the gospel to people in Kauai. So the first song that we wrote together was about Kauai, and we were kind of just playing around with music. I was playing the ukulele, and Sister Brown started writing lyrics to the song, and we would sit at our study desk, and I would be playing and then Sister Brown would be like writing words. She's like, oh, what do you think of this? Then I'll tell her, oh yeah, that sounds good. And then one thing that I love about Sister Brown is that she's very gifted when it comes to music. She just picks up on like the melody. Like she knows how to create like a good melody, a catchy one. And she just kind of started humming, and then from humming it would go from like adding words to humming, and then we created a song. And one thing that I'm always grateful for is when we had started writing our songs, we had reached the pandemic. I remember when we heard about the pandemic, we were now going into lockdown, the Hawaii Honolulu mission. We, Sister Brown and I, we thought this is a great opportunity. As a companionship, we felt that the time that we were together, the time that we were companions, was a very like sacred time for us to be. It was a time where we needed to really share our gifts that we were given from God and really like share it with the world and to recognize the talents that we were given and to use it.
We received tons and tons of messages from people telling us about how our songs deeply touched them and about how our songs helped them out of super hard times in their lives and gave them hope and helped them feel love. I was very excited to be hearing all of this because I knew that God was a part of these songs completely and helped write them through me, and it was cool to be able to hear all of this because I felt those same feelings when I would write them and listen to them. We also got people covering our songs in English and in different languages, and these were from people all over the world thanks to social media. We were reached out to by the church as well to be in an ad about how to get in contact with the missionaries, which then led to our video being used in an uplifting video put out by Elder Uchtdorf. It was a super exciting time, and it was amazing to be getting these awesome opportunities and such amazing feedback from everyone. I knew that God was a part of all this completely.
After Mila had moved away, I was pretty distraught because I didn't know how I would continue to write music without her. But fortunately for me, she taught me how to play the ukulele. So I kept practicing that, and I started to write my own songs all by myself. And I was able to write 8 more songs for the duration of my mission. What I really wanted to accomplish in writing all this music was to be able to help others feel the love that God has for them to know that there is a God, that God hears you and He knows you and He understands everything about you. And with music, it can touch you deeper than a random person telling you on the street. That can touch you too, but music is amazing. And I know that God gave me talents to be able to bless the lives of others, and that's my goal with all these songs. As my time in Hawaii came to an end, it was important for me to be able to fully produce these songs for everyone to hear. It's always been a dream of mine to make my own music, and I had done that. And I knew that I wanted to get these professionally recorded. And so when I got home, I found an awesome producer named Randy Slaw, and together we've been working to create an album of all of these songs. When I wrote these songs on my mission, I had a bigger vision for them. And I am so excited because I am making that vision come to life. My dreams are coming true, and I'm excited to have all of you be able to listen to this album. As you listen to these songs, my hope is that as you're driving along the beach, or as you're driving up the canyon in the mountains, or as you're getting ready for church, that you just feel inspired to live a life closer to Jesus Christ.